Hi, everyone. It's time for the midweek message. Let me just get to it. Here we go. I just had to get to the part that I wrote. All right. Happy Church New Year. Happy New Year. We just finished the old church year, and we are about to move into Advent this Sunday, which is the start of the new year for the church. And I have to tell you, I love the seasons and rhythms of the church. I really do. The stories and the music create this counterpoint to the prevailing culture. And they remind me of what is truly important in life and that life holds much larger and more mysterious things than what we acknowledge in pop culture or in education. So, as much as we are socialized away from the spirit through education, through what we agree to acknowledge as a society, what we agree to see and not see, in the church, there is this beautiful balance, this beautiful, beautiful counterpoint to that reintegrates spirit back into our lives. And these are the seasons of our spiritual life. And we begin anew this week. And I love that. I just love that. It gives me hope. And it reminds me that just because we have blinders on and we value certain things doesn't mean that there isn't a whole multiverse around us happily existing alongside us, whether we see it or not. And for me, as a person who really does embrace the idea that God is love and love is what has generated this amazing multiverse around us, that is a really hopeful thing. And this is a time for me and for you and for all of us to reintegrate, to remember, to bring back that balance of spirit into our lives of God who is love. And when you embrace that, that is such a hopeful, beautiful thing. So this week we are going, actually for Advent, we are going to work with some beautiful, beautiful writing by the author Vanita Hampton Wright. I love her work. She is a Catholic spiritual director and author. And what she does Ignatian prayer and Ignatian spirituality too. And what she has to say always brings me back to center, and I really appreciate that. So, this is from Vanita Hampton Wright, and she says, the thing about the Christian year is that it keeps coming around. Over and over again, we try to get our hearts and minds and hands at Advent, Christmas, Lent, Easter, Pentecost, and ordinary time. We get to dust off the liturgies and lectionaries and speak and think about them again. We get to try old prayers in new ways or try new prayers on old themes. We get to pick up our symbols and phrases and turn them slowly and look at them and listen to them and allow their many layers and nuances to speak to us. And this is called spiritual practice. So, yes, it's Advent again, but that is how it should be. We have a season ahead of us in which to rehearse and reenact the sacred story of God is on the way. God will soon be with us in the most extraordinary way. Hope is coming. Love is coming. A realm of peace and wholeness is truly coming. And God calls us to co create this reality together. We have a season in which to give our faith a workout, in which to exercise our hope muscles. Some years make that exercise more difficult than others, but it's Advent now. And as people of faith, we are called upon to exercise our hope. If hope isn't created for times such as these, when countries are divided, when civil war annihilates whole communities, and sends refugees fleeing, when hungry children are ignored because their interests are of no interest to powerful entities, when human beings are trafficked by the thousands to be used for sex or cheap labor, when industry and wealth win over the health of the planet and all its creatures and the global community. If hope isn't created for times such as these, then why have hope at all? So, let's try Advent once again. Let's practice a hopeful way of being in the world. A hopeful way of being in the world. And then she gives us this beautiful laundry list, and I'm going to read it to you, and I hope that we all do it. Sing the songs, ring the bells, put up the decorations, tell the stories, give lots and lots to all sorts of worthy charities. Open your home to those who need welcome. Oh, that is sacred hospitality right there, folks. Pretend that each one of them is the baby Jesus born on the road and needing help. Use your creative gifts to write or bake or paint or act, to make quilts or sound financial plans. Go to church. Go to the neighborhood hangout or the family party. Pay attention to the kids and welcome their very selves. Don't leave pets out in the snow. Don't give up prayer because life feels raw and scary. And don't hurry through Advent because you're not terribly good at living it. Just let it live in the real life that you have. Don't forget that God loves you. And please don't forget that God loves everybody else too. And then she ends with this. She says, He came for us all. So together we wait for the Holy Child. Food for thought for this week as we approach Advent. We are going to be doing a hymn sing at church this week, which should be lots of fun. So dust off your favorite carols, because if you want it and you're there, we're going to sing it. And we have some special music too, and all sorts of beautiful, beautiful ways to start our Advent season together. Hope is on the way. Hope is already right here, waiting for you to listen. That's God. That's God in you, and that is part of our spiritual practice. So until next week, and in this together with you, this is Reverend Stephanie signing off.